Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Ross, I'm a photographer and video maker from Northern Ireland. Welcome to my YouTube channel. That should do the trick. So for today's video, I thought it'd be a really cool idea to come back to Orlock Point, which is where I made my first YouTube video about the X-H2s a couple of months ago. In this video, I want to share with you a couple of ways that I've been customizing my camera, the X-H2s, to suit my shooting needs over the last few months. Maybe this will be helpful for some of you. Maybe you'll get a few tips, a few pointers. Maybe all this information will be completely useless to you, but let's go, let's dive in. If this is the first video of mine that you're watching and you don't already know, I absolutely love this camera. I've basically been converted from Canon and Blackmagic cameras over to Fujifilm in the last few months. I started this YouTube channel to both document my process and to share a few tips and a few things that I've learned along the way. Anyway, on to the X-H2s and how I've customized it for my needs. Let me just grab it here. Better catch it. No, I can't. That's too risky. Here it is. Check it out. Oh yeah. One of my absolute favorite things about Fujifilm is how customizable their cameras are. Basically, any button on the camera, you can reprogram to do whatever you want. That might be a little bit intimidating for some people at the start, but if you already know how you like to shoot, you can program any of these buttons to suit your needs. I recommend getting a notebook and a pen and making a list of all the settings that you can change and what you've changed them to. This way you have a record of everything you've changed and you can edit it as you go, and it just keeps everything clear in your head. The first thing I've changed on my X-H2s, which probably won't be a surprise to many of you, are the 7 custom slots on the top of the camera. C1 through to C7 for me at the minute are 7 different recipes that I can use when I'm out taking photographs. If you're interested in finding out what recipes I currently have on my Fujifilm X-H2s, check out my last video, 7 days, 7 Fujifilm recipes. Is it here or here? When I'm shooting video with the X-H2s, I start recording with the shutter button. So I've changed the movie record button to be fixed movie crop. That means I can just punch in whenever I need to, get a tighter shot, press it again, comes back out. It gives you a variety when you're shooting video for different shots and different angles. One thing that seems to annoy people about this camera is that you can't map the ISO to either of the custom dials on the front or the back. The way this camera was designed to change the ISO, you have to press the ISO button on the top and then go up and down and then press OK or whatever. An easy workaround for me has been to set the up and down button to change your ISO up and down. So you're shooting, you bash the up arrow a couple of times, puts the ISO up. You want the ISO to go down, you smash the down arrow a couple of times. I find that that works really well. When shooting video, I shoot a lot of slow motion. Basically every video, apart from videos like this, I shoot in 50 frames a second or 100 frames a second. That's why I've set this custom function button here to take me straight to the high-speed recording mode. So say I'm at a wedding or something like that, I'm shooting the whole day 50 frames a second, but the confetti's about to start and I want to shoot a higher frame rate to get it in like real slow motion. I just press this button here, takes me to my high-speed recording menu. I go down, select 100 frames a second, and I'm ready to shoot. Having this function button set to high-speed recording has saved me a lot of time switching back and forward, going into the menus. I don't need to do that anymore because high-speed recording just lives on this button. When shooting video over the last few months with the X-H2s, I've mainly been using manual focus. The majority of the shots I've taken with this camera, I've used the back button autofocus on button to get the shot in focus first of all, then press record with the shutter button, and then I'll just keep the shot in focus manually. To help me do that, I always have peaking turned on, red, high. For me, that's the best method to focus the camera in video mode. Autofocus is obviously good for certain things, but I just hate when the camera starts like hunting for focus. I've been manually focusing cameras in video mode for years, and that's just the way that it works best for me. You might be different. The last function button that I use all the time in photography mode mainly is this little function button in here, and I've set that to turn face tracking, eye tracking on and off. So if I'm in a situation where I'm out taking photographs of say landscapes or buildings or whatever and I don't need eye tracker, I can turn it off just by pressing that button there. I turn around and there's someone I want to take a photograph of, say it's street photography, or I just want to take a photograph of my wife Ruth or something. I can turn eye tracker on, hold it up, boom, boom, boom. This camera does more than eye tracker. It tracks pets and dogs and rocket ships and candy floss and mermaids. I haven't had any use for any of those other modes just yet. The face and eye tracker is one that I use all the time, and that's why I have it set right here at my fingertips. My other two Fujifilm cameras, the X100 and the X Pro 3, both have a thread on the shutter release button that you can add your own button on the top. That's something that I really like using on those cameras and something that I wanted for this camera. Unfortunately, the X-H2 and the X-H2s don't have that thread on the shutter button. However, I did find online shutter release buttons with basically a bit of double-sided sticky tape that you can just stick to your shutter button. I was a bit skeptical whether this would work or not, or even look good, but so far it's been working perfectly. Look at him, he's just stuck on the top of the shutter button. What an easy fix. It feels so good as well. Another way I've customized the outside of this camera is by adding a bigger Eyecup. This deeper Eyecup just helps me see what I'm shooting, nail focus, get the shots I'm looking for, block out any sort of sun that might creep in the side. I found that it's really comfortable and it's been really working for me. Switching out the Eyecup on your camera might not be something you've ever thought about, but I'd say give it a go. It might not be for you, but this one's been working really well for me. The final way I've customized shooting with my X-H2s is by adding these Peak Design anchors. Sometimes when I'm out shooting, I like to use a strap. So I got this one here from Peak Design. You just slot the anchors into the strap, it locks up, and there you go, your camera's on a strap, really easy. It was my birthday a couple of weeks ago, so naturally I had to treat myself to something camera related. So I bought myself the Sidewalk camera sling from Hung Supply. I've used this sling every day since it arrived in the post a couple of weeks ago. It's such an amazing product and it's definitely gonna get a video of its own very soon, so stay tuned for that. Onto the sling, I've added this little climbing clip, and with my Peak Design anchor, I can just slot that in there, tighten it up. I can just hang the camera from this hook on the sling if I need both my hands to do something quickly, and then just lift up the clip, slide it out, and it's ready to go. So there you go, that's a few ways that I've customized my X-H2s. Maybe this was all useless information to you, but hopefully you picked up a thing or two that you can use when shooting with your own Fujifilm camera. And if anyone out there has been helped by this video, please drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Listen, thank you so much for watching. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a really great day, and I'll see you in another video soon. And I've got wet feet because the tides come in too quickly. Okay, bye. Done, 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 done. Tighten it up and the camera can just hang down. Whoa, whoa, yit myself there.